YouTube channel, and welcome to a different Ninjago review. I'm taking a break from reviewing all of the Core Wave sets today to take a look at some of the LEGO Ninjago Legacy sets. The Legacy series was released earlier on throughout the late 20-teens and 2020, and this was primarily a way for Ninjago to release new versions of older vehicles, dragons, ninjas, etc. This particular set retailed for $15 in the US, and can be bought for about $30, maybe $35 on the aftermarket currently. This set features one dragon build with posable limbs and a lot of features, in addition to 3 minifigures, 2 of which are exclusive to this set. Let's take a look at the dragon builds for a second here. You can see the head is using a plastic mold. This plastic mold is the new molds that they've designed for Ninjago Legacy, and they're supposed to represent the old rubber molds, but with more reinforced plastic, so that way it's easier for you to not have a loose connection, as with the rubber, the head would occasionally get loose and start to fall apart, and then you couldn't really use it. Now, this dragon does feature a stud shooter in its mouth. Now, this is an odd feature for this set in particular, because the older dragons used the ball shooting feature. Of course, they couldn't fit that in, but by inserting a green stud like this, you can see that this stud fits directly into the mouth of the dragon, and then when you press on the dragon's jaw, it shoots out the stud. They give you an extra stud as well for this set, however, they are easy to lose, so be careful where you shoot it. Moving on to the neck is on 2 mini ball joints, so you can get some pretty decent poses throughout this neck here. It's pretty cool. And then moving on to the body, this is probably one of the great reuses of pieces in this set here. On the part of the back here, you can see it's using the LEGO City ATV pieces, but in gold, to make the shape of the dragon's back. I think this is a really unique way to make some custom LEGO City vehicles with this as well, if you are looking for the pieces specifically from this set instead of the set itself. The saddle has room to place 1 minifigure. The only minifigure who can properly sit down in this set for this dragon is Lloyd, but that's okay. It looks like Lloyd fits on this dragon well. Additionally, there's a flag on the back of this that has a small picture of a dragon on it. That's a sticker, so it would be easy for you to completely just choose not to put the dragon on there, but it looks good, and that could work for any custom dragon builds you want to do as well. Moving on to the wings here, you can see that the wings here are hinging like this on a small hinge. This is similar to the older dragon version of this, which was released in 2013. The wings could fold up a little bit and open up. It's less effective here, but it does use smaller katanas, and it still looks quite good with some energy flowing on stickers added to the wings. Quickly moving on to the hands here, you can see that the hands have 2 claws that can be individually posed. It's kind of a neat little feature, and it adds the ability for you to try and pick up some of the opponents with claws, and that's just a fun little feature. On the other side, you'll notice the wing is on the exact same other side, and because these wings are like this, you can get some really cool poses like this one, where it's like trying to swoop down and attack. Now moving the wings out of the way and up, we can see that the legs utilize some unique features as well. There's some golden pieces on this leg here to represent golden scales, which I think is pretty cool that they're like the teeth pieces being reused like this. And the feet, instead of having molded feet like the previous version, this version does have some brick-built feet with very interesting posable toes that look very bulky. And the tail is just simple mini ball joints connected to each other with some gold and dark green detailing on top. And then finally, there's 2 golden katanas stuck into the tail of the dragon. These could be used for individual weapons, but they do create an interesting look. Now, something else that you should know about this dragon is that its posability is not limited. However, the tail needs to be used for balance in some of these poses. So here's one way to pose it, so that way it's not lying on the ground. It's a very interesting way to pose it, I'd say. And this dragon overall is very beautiful and has some very unique features that you could totally think of using for display or for play. Now let's take a look at the minifigures for this set. Alrighty, so there are 3 minifigures for this set. This set contains 2 exclusive figures, which is the Golden Lloyd and the Overlord minifigures. It also comes with the Stone Warrior. The Golden Lloyd is exclusive to this set and uses some very nice looking golden printing on gold, as well as some dark green elements. One unique thing to note about this figure is, unlike all the Lloyds we've gotten over the past couple of years, this Lloyd features a golden head print. So it's a very neat way to get a different face for Lloyd, even if it's printed on gold. There's also a katana attached to the back that Lloyd can use as a weapon. Moving on to the Stone Warrior, it's just a simple Stone Warrior minifigure, except this case he has small legs that they would use for like a child Lego minifigure. Now, this is kind of funny because they don't really show up in the show like this. However, it is a very funny thing to add. You just can't pose the legs, which is a little bit of a disappointment. You can see that there's also some metallic silver printing, and the face is printed on a black minifigure head this time instead. Additionally, you get a dark gunmetal gray crossbow, which is very nice to have for your collection if you did not get one already. Now, I won't touch too much on the Overlord minifigure because the Overlord minifigure got its own Minifigure Thursdays event, so click the video at the end of this video so that you can go and check it out. Now, I will mention that this figure does fit well with this set. However, it isn't canon to the TV show, so I wouldn't say if you're just going for collecting a canon collection you would want this. But it does feature some unique pieces, like the ghost tail in dark purple, trans purple, and black. And it also features a trans purple head. Now, let me give my overall thoughts on this set, and then I will tell you whether or not you should get this set. And then I will tell you some interesting news about what will be coming soon to the channel. So, you can see here that this dragon is fairly big, and for $14 at the time when I purchased it, I wasn't too thrilled with having to spend that much money. But when I did get it in hand and built it up, it's become one of my favorite Ninjago Legacy sets that I've gotten to date. This dragon in particular has the most amount of nostalgia for me because I remember watching the show, catching up with it, the current seasons with it when I had gotten this set, and it had so much feeling to that time in the show when it was used. I'm going to keep this review spoiler-free, though, so don't worry about that. However, this set, nowadays, looking back at this, there needs to be more sets like this. Scaled-down versions of larger sets for a cheaper, more affordable price would be great for all the people who can't afford those large-scale sets. The original version of the Golden Dragon was humongous and was also pretty expensive, and by the time I had started collecting Ninjago sets, that set had already retired, meaning that it was very difficult to get my hands on it. So I still haven't gotten my hands on it, but instead opted to get this dragon. I think this dragon is a very good alternative, and overall, I'd say that they need to do more sets like this. This set would probably get a 10 out of 10, if not an 11 out of 10 for the review. I don't see any flaws with this set other than the fact that the minifigures may not be canon. However, this is a great set overall, and I highly suggest you pick it up. Now, I'm going to quickly let you know on what's coming on this channel soon. I'm planning to do a couple of reviews on a couple of Legacy sets and finish up my reviews on the Core Wave sets. I'm holding off on the Dragon's Rising sets for a little bit because the second half of the show hasn't come out, so I don't know if I want to express my opinions on any of those sets quite yet. However, I also will be making a larger scale video on why 4+ sets are commonly misagreed upon as bad sets. Because in my eyes, I see them as much better sets for collectors and viewers, no matter what the age is. So you'll have to wait for that video, and I may not be uploading videos as regularly for the meantime. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Check out the other videos on the channel, and check out my full review on the Overlord minifigure from Minifigure Thursdays this week. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.